I was christened as a baby. I went to Sunday school from a young age and learned that Jesus is always there. When I was a little older, we moved house, and I was the child who took all the other children in the close along to Sunday school. We moved again, and a friend wanted to go to Girls' Brigade, so I went with her, regularly attended the church parade, became a young leader, and began going to Sunday service regularly. I introduced my then boyfriend to our church, and we were married from there and attended regularly too. Around the time our first baby was due, we hit a rock in the road. I think they asked somebody different every week to catch us after the service and try to get us to go to their house group. What happened was we just raced out of the door after the last hymn. We just weren't ready for that step. Nowadays, I would have spoken to the pastor and sorted it out. When our baby Paul arrived, we didn't go for a couple of weeks. He always wanted feeding around that time, and also I didn't want to put him in the creche without us. We stopped going to church, and consequently the children didn't get Sunday school, but they were christened. In later years, I had a connection with the Church of England church associated with the school that I was teaching at. And I went to the family service, which wasn't taken by the vicar, but was taken by somebody I knew who was a parent from the school. This service spoke to me. Our children came at Christmas services, etc. And Jackie was married from there. One Sunday, shortly before moving to Farnborough, I walked up the church path and I was thinking, I have to find a new church. Shall I just go sometimes? Or shall I go every week? The sermon that day was about commitment. I spoke to Ruth, the leader, afterwards, and she said, sorry, you've got to go. I arrived here, looked for the nearest church, one that I could walk to. Should I go to the Baptist church or St. John's? I came to St. John's at 10:45. Sheena welcomed me and came and sat by me, and I stayed. Confirmation. As a teenager, I'd knelt and given myself to God privately, but I've been thinking about confirmation for a while, getting stressed. Then I just knew that I'd know when the time was right. I woke up one Friday morning and thought, yes, it's time. Then I had to speak to Gemma, more stress. Then pancake day. I just knew this was the opportunity for the conversation. There's a lot of I in this testimony and not much mention of Jesus or God, but it's there in the first sentence, and I know Jesus is always there. Sometimes I wonder if my faith is strong enough, but then if I hear a friend's ill, I'm on my knees asking for healing, and if something lovely happens, I'm there saying thank you.